Welcome to the channel Salchi. Today we are going to discuss another topic of your Boolean algebra, that is first topic of your numerical point, that is the conversions. Okay, so what is it? Conversions of what? Conversions of SOP, or you can rather say your simple SOP into a canonical SOP. This is the for sure asked question in your board exam. If you look at your paper, question paper of rather 11th or 12th, this question at least carries 4 marks in your board exam or in class 11th and 12th also, because it is an important topic. First of all, if you don't know what is an SOP or what are canonical SOPs, then please watch the Boolean algebra playlist, and the playlist I have been given in the description box of this video. So first watch the Boolean algebra playlist, then come to this point, else you won't be able to understand. Okay, so let's directly start with the question rather than wasting time. So we are given that there is a function xyz, and here you are given that x complement y complement plus xy. Now you have, see, this is always a SOP. This is a SOP but not the standard form. Okay, so this is not the standard form. Like for example, we know that 23 is a room temperature but 24 is a standard room temperature. In the same way, this is a SOP but not the standard form. Why? Because in every SOP we have to make sure that in every SOP is what? It is what? Sum of products. In the sum of products, you have to make sure that all the variables, we have here how many variables? X, Y, Z. 3 variables. So in every product, all those 3 variables should be present. But here you see here x complement, y complement, we have only 2 variables. The third variable is missing. It is not here. That is, the Z is not present. So we have to make sure that we are converting into a standard one. All the 3 variables have to be there in the product. So here also this is not a standard form because it is only x and y. X and z, and y is missing. Y is not here. So this is not a standard. So this is the entire concept of converting a SOP into a standard SOP. Okay, so I hope now you got this much of your level, that what is a standard SOP and what is exactly a SOP. Now let's try how to do this. Okay, so ma'am, you have told me you have to convert. Now ma'am, please tell us how to convert. So it is very easy, just keep watching. Okay, so what you have to do, here we can see that Z is missing. So first we will go x complement, y complement, and then simply we will add Z plus Z complement. Okay, and similarly here we can see y is missing. So here in between, just or at the end also, you can add y plus y complement. Whatever is missing we have to add in plus and in complement also and in a non-complement form. Okay, now what you will do, just open the brackets, that is just simply multiply. So just simply multiplying, it will be what? X complement, y complement, z, and then plus x complement, y complement, z complement. Okay, in the similar way, just open this bracket also. So it will be x, z, y, and then it will be what? X, z, y complement. X, z, y complement. We have just multiplied whatever was missing in plus forms, and so that we can get the multiples of that. Okay, you would have asked, ma'am, why not y, z, x complement, y and z complement? Okay, so yeah, if you would have done without plus, so it would be z and z complement. So it would have become 4 terms, and this is impractical because we can have only 3 terms because we are having only x, y, z. So this is making 4 terms. This is exactly wrong. Okay, so that's why I have taken plus plus. It is a general rule. Okay, now what I will do, I will first see if there is any redundancy, that is there are some duplicacy in this. No, there is no duplicacy. Now I will directly just convert into the their designations. Now you will ask, ma'am, how to write the designations? I am telling you the trick. Like, else if I don't tell you the trick, then you have to just draw the x, y, z, 0, this entire table, and then you just have to find out the designation where is m. You have to first form the minimum products, that is min terms and max terms, and then you have to form the SOP and POS. So it is a very time consuming, around taking 10 minutes. I will tell you one short trick. Okay, so you can just follow that. So the trick goes like, whatever, okay, just listen to me. Whatever is non-complement form, whatever in this term, okay, just let's say take this term only. Okay, just forget about the entire question. X complement, y complement, and z is given. Here you can see z is not in a complement form. So what you will do, just number it 2, 1, 2, 4. So what is the numbering going in the way? 2 raised to the power or rather you can say 2 raised to the power 0, 2 raised to the power 1, 2 raised to the power 2, 2 raised to the power 3. In that way you have to number them. So 2 raised to the power 1, 0 gives me 1, because anything raised to the power 2 or raised to the power 0 is 1. 2 raised to the power 1, it's always 2. 2 raised to the power 2, 2 into 2 gives you 4. So these are the numbers you have to put. Now on the non-complement number, just see what is the number on the non-complement variable. On z you have 1, so just put m1 and you are done. Okay, let's take one more example, a very easy example. X, y, z. So let's say both are complement. Now ma'am, you told me that I have to take the non-complement, and here the numbering goes like 4, 1, 2. Now what I should take, because all are in the complements, then just write simply m0 because we don't have any. Okay, did you get that? And then let's take x, y and z. Okay, just a second, I wrote this wrong. So let's take it x, y and z. Just see the magic. X, y, z. Numbering goes like simply 4, 2 and 1. Okay, we have to take non-complement sums. So non-complement z hai, x and y. So just add them all. So it gives you what? 4 plus 2 gives you 6 and 6 plus 1 gives you 7. So it will be m7. Okay, you just have to add them. Let's take x, y complement and then z. So just give the numbers 1, 2, 4 and then just, what is it? 4 and 1 because non-complement. So 4 plus 1 gives you what? 5. So just it's m5. You don't have to show this trick. You have to do that directly. So now moving on to our question. This was my question. Okay, so it will be what? So you can see, let me just number it again for you. This is the first question. It is, do it for every. Okay, for every variable. And 4, 2, 1. Okay, now see which is the non-complement, z. So it will be simply, z is on which position? 1. So it's m1. Then which one we have to go? Then you have to see here all are in the complement. So we don't have any non-complement variable. So it's m0. Then here you can see all are non-complement. See, we have to just add them up. So it is 4 plus 2 plus 1. So what it gives? m7. And then in the last we can see y is complement, but x and z are non-complement. Okay, so here x and z are non-complement, but you have to just rearrange them in a proper position. You can't just write them in the non-proper position because you know x, y and z in English alphabet, but here it is written x, z and y. So just rearrange it. After rearranging it, it will be x, y complement and z. So now give them numbering. It is 4, 1, 4, 2, 1. So what it would be? 4 is, x is as a non-complement, y is non-complement. So 4 plus 1 gives you what? 5, m5. So make sure you have to rearrange them if it is not in an arranged manner. Here we didn't get the error because all were non-complement. So we just directly add them up. But had it been here, let's say z complement, so we have to rearrange them. Okay, so keep this. So just you got your digits. Now you just, for the SOP we use sigma and just write these numbers. It's 0, 1, 5 and 7 in the ascending order. This is your answer and you are getting 3 marks. Okay, I hope you understood how to do. Just let's have a quick one more question so that for the better understanding and clarification. So we are given that x, f, y, z, and here also the we are given x, y, y complement z, and then x complement z complement. It's now very easy. We will just directly do that. First we will add the elements that are missing. So here we can see in the first we have x, y and then z plus z complement. Okay, and then in the another one we have x plus x complement, since because x is missing in the second term. And then we will add y complement x, just y add y, y plus y complement and then z. Okay, so now just open them up and multiply. It will be x, y, z and then x, y, z complement. Similarly, it would be x, y, z complement and then multiply this with these two. So it will be what? X complement, y complement, z. And then we just have to multiply x and y. Just multiply them first and then this, and it will be x complement y z, and then it would be x complement y complement z. Just check if there is any redundant or duplicate any elements terms. X, y, z we have, this is not a duplicate term, this is not a duplicate. Yes, you can see, just let me underline them. This term and this term, these two terms are redundant, because you can see redundant or duplicate. X complement y complement z, and here is also x complement y complement z. So you can just cut one. We don't need duplicates. Okay, remove this. I don't think there are any other duplicate now. Yes, no duplicates have been removed. Now just start numbering them. It is 4 2 1, 4 2 1, 4 2 1, 4 2 1, 4 2 1. This is a trick. You don't have to write them. I am writing just because of the trick. But in the exams, don't write this 4 2 1. Okay. So now directly write your answer. So we have to take the sum of the non-complement. So here it will be all a non-complement M7. Now here, now in this, while multiplying only, I just arrange x, y, z in the position so that we don't have to rearrange. So now here non-complement x and y are non-complement. So 4 plus 6 gives us 4. 2 plus 4 gives us 6. Here x and y, so x and z are non-complement. So it will be 4 plus 1. So it's 5. Here z is only non-complement, so it will be m1, and here we have y and z as non-complement, so it will be m3, because 2 plus 1 gives us 3. Now just rearrange them in the ascending order. So it is first 1, 3, 5, 6 and 7. This is your answer and you got 3 marks. So this is very simple. I hope now you understand how to convert a SOP into a standard SOP. Okay, so this is how you are converting. So a SOP into a given standard SOP, or rather very specific in a board exam, it will be given as converted into a canonical SOP. Okay, for sure 2-3 marks sum. Okay, so if you like this video, kindly go and subscribe to the channel and keep sharing the videos with your friends. Thank you everyone.